We did not have an umbrella Sikh organization internationally at that time, so we decided subsequent to that meeting to get together, call members from around the world. In excess of 5,000 members gathered together and decided to form World Sikh Organization.
On December 1st, 1984, the World Sikh Organization of Canada held its inaugural event, with longtime advocate Sardar Gyan Singh Sandhu serving as its first president. Today, the WSO is recognized as the longest-standing Sikh advocacy organization in the country.
And we would definitely request the Government of Canada to allow the Sikhs here to adopt those children who have been orphaned due to this massacre last year.
Clark calls violent Sikh militants the most serious internal security threat that Canada faces. The World Sikh Organization says it does not advocate violence.
He should lay the facts on the line. If he doesn't have those facts, then maybe the honorable thing for the minister would be to resign himself.
The leaders of the World Sikh Organization came to Parliament here to get a retraction from Joe Clark or an apology. They got neither. They left Clark with a challenge to either produce the evidence behind his accusation or to stop making charges against their group and indirectly their people.
After passing his tests in 1989, the 23-year-old prospect was told he couldn't start as a Mountie unless he agreed to shave his beard and lose the turban. He refused to abandon his articles of faith.
I don't think it will make any difference at all as far as my job requirements go. It is not going to be a hindrance as far as becoming a police officer and doing my duties as a police officer.
When the Sikhs went to the courts, to the commissions, when they demand justice, the Indian unity and integrity feel that it is in danger. So we are denied every human rights.
Multani wore his ceremonial dagger or kirpan to school in Montreal. Parents complained and the school board banned him from wearing it. He and his parents fought the ban all the way to the Supreme Court. Today, the court ruled an outright ban violates the Constitution's guarantee to religious freedom.
The message at the end of the day is that fears have to be justified. There have got to be justifiable risks before we can derogate somebody's rights to freedom of religion.
The pointed debate about carrying a religious dagger is back in courts. Literally, baptized or Amritdhari Sikhs wearing the kirpan will now be allowed to enter courthouses in Toronto, setting a legal precedent.
The kirpan is accommodated at the Parliament of Canada. It's also accommodated at the Supreme Court of Canada. Legislatures across Canada also accommodated. So it's accommodated very widely, and this is the first time that we've seen it accommodated specifically in a policy in a local courthouse.
Soccer players across Canada, young and old, serious and casual, are talking about why the Quebec Soccer Federation continues to ban turbans on the field.
Well, they can play in their backyard, but not with the official referee, not with in the official rules of soccer. They have no choice.
Almost 200 children can't play soccer in the Greater Montreal area because of the ban. The World Sikh Organization of Canada released a statement saying that they are saddened by the Quebec Soccer Federation's decision.
The Quebec Soccer Federation lifted its controversial ban on turbans and apologized to religious groups for what it called a misunderstanding of the rules.
These are Quebecers. You know, they're her citizens, and, you know, she needs to represent them as anybody else.
What can the government do right now to help Afghan Sikhs? Basically save their lives.
So I appreciate the efforts of the government and certainly the efforts of the Buller Foundation. But if these folks are going to be in India for the next, I don't know how many years, their lives are going to continue to suffer. And those that are in Afghanistan, they will die.
WSO submits that state religious neutrality is a charter value that constrains the ability of courts to judicially review the membership decisions of religious associations.
The World Sikh Organization of Canada put together Valentine's care packages for women's shelters.
We're here today to put together care packages for women in shelters across the GTA, 4 shelters specifically that we work with, and these are made around Valentine's Day on purpose because we want to give these women and their children a little bit of love on a time that's sometimes vulnerable.
The event is part of the 1 Billion Rising campaign. Now that's a call to action based on the statistic that 1 in 3 women will be assaulted in their lifetime.
The new secularism law bans public teachers, police officers, government lawyers, judges, and other authority figures from wearing religious symbols such as a hijab, turban, or kippah at work.
Because of this bill, I've had to leave my home. I'm not valued based on my education or the merits that I have associated with my degree. I'm treated as a second-class citizen just because I have a faith, and I like to express my faith through visual outward manifestations. And that's my human right. I'm allowed to practice my faith however I want to. But because of my faith, I am viewed as not Quebecois, not Canadian.
Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
The Sikh Canadians are tired. They're tired of fighting foreign interference on their own, and we've seen now take a violent turn in the assassination of a Sikh Canadian on Canadian soil.